In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a basic video in WeVideo. So you can log into WeVideo through your Rapid Identity tiles. So the tile looks like this one right here, blue. Once you log in, you're going to get to your dashboard. This is your dashboard here. So it has create a new video, create a recording where you can record your screen. It has templates. If you go into one of these templates and try them, you can explore with those, but they basically will have, titles in there and videos and sound. You'd have to kind of delete and replace and stuff like that with what you want. So I don't usually use templates. I usually start from scratch. It has your recent edits down here if you want to go in and edit something recently. What I like to do is I like to start with projects if I'm creating something brand new. I'm going to click on projects. This shows all the projects that I have done and that are in my WeVideo. I'm going to go to the far right hand corner bottom and click create a new project. I'm going to give it a title. Basic video. And then it's personal, just be me. You can have a collaborative. That's a whole nother step there where you could have multiple people working on it and stuff like that, but I'm not going to go into that right now. So you'd select personal, click next. It asks, do you want to bring in any clips that you already have in your media into this one? You haven't uploaded anything yet, so I'm just going to click next and not bring in any previous clips. It says your project's created, then I go create video. Then it asks you here, do you want to use a template or do you want to do a blank edit? I usually always pick blank edit just because there's a lot of editing you have to do if you pick a template and get rid of some of their stuff and add your stuff in. So I think it's easier to start with a blank edit. So this is the main interface of your WeVideo and creating a video. It starts out right here in the stock media. So they have stock media of video clips in here. It's really nice. They added this feature a bit ago. You can select, you can search for media. So right now they're on insects. If I search ocean animals, click enter, I get all these different ocean animals. So you can add those video clips in. On the top, you see that stock media. You can go, and this is anything that you have brought in. So you can see I have clips of staff members, clips of other stuff I brought in. This is where you'd go to import. So if I was going to bring in something from my Google Drive or a Screencastify or something else on my computer, I'm going to go to import. I'm going to click import. It's going to ask me here to browse my computer for those media files. Or I can go into my Google Drive down below or my Dropbox or wherever you have that media file. So you can bring in pictures, JPEG images, PNGs, or video clips, basically anything you can bring in as your media file. So once I bring that in, it'll come into here. It'll take a while to process, but it'll come in here to basically your bin. You have all your media in here for any project. So because you start a new project doesn't mean the media bin is going to be totally empty. It will show all your previous you have brought in. That's my media and import. The record here, that's in a separate PD session that I've put together, but that's if you want to record your screen to do any recording for the kids of how to do stuff on a software product, or if you want to record your screen and use your webcam and read a book, you could do that as well. But that's through the record option here, and that's in a separate PD. I'm going to go across here, text. This is if you want to bring any text in, titles. Throughout, they have motion text. They have static text, which means doesn't move. In-season text. And call-out text. I tend to like the motion text, but different ones there. They also have audio tracks that'll get in to show you how to add. And they have transitions you can put in between your clips. and have backgrounds to put in. So I'm going to start just a basic one. I'm going to go to the stock media. I'm going to bring in a clip. Now you can tell the time up there, like this is 18 seconds, this is 14 seconds. If I bring in this penguin, it's like 16 seconds. This one's 7 seconds. You see the time right up there. So if I bring in this clip, you can see the preview on the right-hand side. I'm going to drag it here. I'm going to actually put it in my second one here. You have two on the bottom here when you have your timeline. You have 2 video tracks and you have 1 audio. You can always add with this plus button here. You can add another video right here or audio track if you want to add more. I'm going to cancel out that. The reason why you might want to add more is sometimes you overlay stuff. So think of like the top is going to sit on top of this next video track here. Same with audio. If you had music and your voice, you could do that. And you could overlay them, or sometimes people do 2 tracks here because they want to spread it out and so they can see it better. I usually keep with the 3 here. I rarely have to start adding more. So let's say I want to put a title over my media clip here. I'm going to go into then text. And I'm going to look at some of these titles here. If you see it with just black and then it says main text and stuff like that, it will go over the top over your video over here. So it depends on how you want to lay it out, and you can play around with it. There's tons of different options here. So I might just stay with something simple. If I even go to like main text here, I'm going to pull that in. It's dragging a little bit. There we go. And if I pull that in, I just scroll over, you can see how it comes right on my text. Now I want to adjust that. I want to edit that. So click on the clip that you want to edit. Go to the 3-line menu. And then you have an editing tool with a pencil. And you have a trash can if you want to get rid of it. So I'm going to click on the pencil. So here I can see the preview on the right. I can change my color palette. I kind of like those colors, but I can show you how to change that. If I did that, you can see main text went black. Like, no, I like it white. So I'm going to keep that. So then I could put in like my ocean. And my name in there. You can adjust the size of it by clicking on manual here and adjust the size. I can go in here too. And here's another editing feature. I can rotate. I can flip. I can scale how big I want it. That's nice. I can also move it around. And then once I have that, I can save changes. So I can put other video in here as well. So I'm going to go to, if I went to like, I don't think you want to see video of like my staff members and stuff like that. But let's say I put in one of these. You can see that's a lot longer. That's like a video that I put in. So I don't want that. So I'm going to drag it back up here. Might look for something that's a little bit shorter. I can put images in here if I do that. It's going to look like that. Does it come through here? So I'm going to take this image out because it really doesn't go with it. I'm going to go back to my stock idea, and I'm going to get some more ocean animals. And I'm going to drag those in here. So I have a few in here. So you can see they're different lengths. If at all you want to adjust the lengths of the clips, you have to select the clip here. See how I get 2 arrows when I go to the end of the clip? I can drag that clip and I get my time right above it and I adjust that. Another way too to edit the clip is to drag your playhead over and say, okay, I want to clip it right there. Then you click the scissors to cut it. Pick which clip you want to get rid of. And then I could press the trash can and get rid of that clip. So that's a good way if you bring in like a recording of yourself and you want to clip the front end or the back end, how to do that. So I brought in some media. I brought in text. I'm going to show you on transitions here. I'm going to skip audio for right now. Go to transitions. If I go to transitions, these are transitions that can go in between your clips. And so it'll give you a preview on the right. I just click that and then I drag that in between the clips. If your clip is too short, it might tell you that you have to have a longer clip to put a transition in between, because it usually grabs a little bit of each clip to attach to. But you can see now, I'm going to demo that, and you can see how that transition went in there to my next. So that is adding media, adding text, adding a transition. This would be a background. If you go in and add a background, sometimes I go and add a background and I have text behind it. Or if there's a picture that has the black bars on the side, I'll put a background behind just so it's more appealing. But remember when you put your background, so if I put like, let's say a blue background here, if I put it on top, it's going to go over anything. So I kind of want to put on the second video track. And then if I go in and put a text, I'm going to lay the text over this. So that's why I put it on the top track line here. So let's say I go in here and I'm going to do one of these. I look at this. Okay, so I could put this right up here. I can see when I go through it, this is what it'll look like. I can edit this clip by clicking on the background clip, and I can drag it in to match up with my overlay clip on top, my title clip. I'm going to go in and fix that clip so I can go into the 3-line menu and edit that clip. Go into the words. I could say my big ocean. You kind of have to, it's hard, you have to use the lines that they have, so you might have to be creative in what you type in, because if I left this blank, it's still going to default to message. So I might put adventure, like that. I can change again the color if I want. I kind of like the blues and the whites, so I can do that. I'm going to click Save Changes. So the last thing I might do is want to add in music. To add in music, I'm going to go to my audio. So I'm going to go up top here to my audio. I'm going to look here and I'm going to play my music. So you can try different ones. I think this one would be good. So I'm going to stop that. I'm going to bring it down in my track. Now you notice it's way longer than my audio or my video is. So I'm going to grab the end of my audio track and I'm going to drag it just a little bit to the end. I'm going to show you a trick here where you can kind of fade it out. So I'm going to see this little white dot. That's and this blue line that runs across, that's the volume level of the audio. So I'm going to click a white dot right here, right at the end of my clip, and I'm going to take this first white dot and drag it down so the audio fades. I'm going to go back and test it. So you can see it fades a little bit at the end. You can always adjust how you want it to start fading instead of just abruptly ending. Okay, so now I've put together just a basic video. I got a title, I have some clips, I have a transition, and I have audio. And it's actually a background as well. Just a reminder on the tracks down below. Just think of the top sits on the one on the bottom. So if you put some on there, you're like, I can't see it, it's probably not on the top track then. It's on the bottom and something's over the top of it, and that's why you can't see it. So once I am all done with my project, I'm then going to go to finish on the far right-hand side. I'm going to click finish. I'm going to give my title a name, My Ocean. I have my title name up here. I want the video with audio default. I usually keep it at SD because anybody plays it back, most likely they're not going to be playing it back at HD. Plus, it's a bigger file. You have a video thumbnail up here for preview. I'm going to choose the second one. It's a little more appealing than these black ones. And then I'm going to choose where I want it to go. I usually choose, I want it to go into my drive. You can choose that as well. This right here will download it. It'll also stay in your WeVideo, but I want to get it to my drive and then possibly download it as well. You can try to go straight to YouTube if you'd like to try that, or it's got even Dropbox as well. So once I'm done with that, I click export down on the bottom. You can see here it's exporting. Usually takes a few minutes to export. It will take longer to go into your drive. When I put videos together in the past, I've noticed it takes a while to go into my drive and to become active in my drive, so then I can move it from my drive to Seesaw or to wherever I want to move that video. So even though it's done processing in here, when you go to your Google Drive, you want to see it. So it has this, like right here, I did one, has this play symbol in the middle and the video looks active. It doesn't look like a red icon that it's still processing. So I'm going to go back here. And you can see it's still processing, has like, it says about 40 seconds. So I'll show you in just a bit what it looks like in your Google Drive when it's processing. Sometimes it takes a little bit. So if you have to wait too long, you won't wait, but it says it'll be done in a few seconds. I like to put a lot of these WeVideos together for instructional pieces. All the 4th and 5th graders know how to use WeVideo. We've used it the last couple years as well. So they should be familiar if you assign any kind of task to them to do it in WeVideo. It's be a great 5th grade task as well. And they do the same process of saving it in their drive. And then from their drive, they can upload it into Seesaw. So you can see right here, it's done processing. I have my download link right here. But if I go into my Google Drive, it looks like this. It says My Ocean, but it's just a red icon, so it's not done processing in my Google Drive. That will take a little bit longer. Could take, depending on how long your video is, and my video here, I've explained this to you, is long, so it could take a few minutes. So that is how you create a video in WeVideo and export the video in WeVideo. Have fun.